All right, friends, welcome back to the Sawmill. We're down here in the timber frame again today. I'm trying to get this shop pretty much functional, I guess. I still need to build the doors on the front of the building and close up the metal up here on the top gable. Dad's supposed to come by next week and help me with that. But other than those two chores, we're pretty much in the dry. We're not in climate control yet. That makes no sense. We're not climate controlled yet. That sounds a lot better. I do have the capabilities of doing that. You stand right there. That's the Mr. Cool split unit we'll be putting here in the timber frame. Look over that squelch. I got my scanner running over here. We cut that off. A lot of guys are on their hams today talking back and forth. I like to do that down here in the shop when I'm working. I'll just leave the scanner going and kind of listen to their conversations. It's kind of interesting hearing people talk on there. Somebody asked me in a video a couple of weeks ago if I had my ham operator license. I do not. I think I'm going to get it one day, but right now I just kind of listen and monitor those channels. It's kind of interesting. If you've never done that before, it's kind of something fun to do when you're doing something else. So what was I saying? Yeah, so the Mr. Cool unit is here, and it's going to be very vital in keeping this climate. I can't talk today, guys. It's going to be vital in keeping the shop climate controlled. I've also got a wood stove that I bought off my dad a few weeks ago. We'll be putting that in here as well. We'll probably won't install that though till probably September or something like that. No big hurry on that. Before we get started, and I got a lot to get done today, guys, we're gonna walk over here to the kiln. That's only about 30 feet away, and check on the black walnut. It's 8/4 and 9/4 and a few 4/4 boards on the very bottom. And there's a lot of water coming out of this stuff, guys. I tell you what, I thought it would be dry by now, but I was wrong. There's still a lot of water coming out behind the building. But before we do that, let me give you a quick update on something that happened a few days ago. I had another YouTuber come over. I can't believe I'm using that term, YouTuber. It is what it is, I guess. So a buddy of mine, his name is Richard. He's got a YouTube channel, and he lives about an hour away. The YouTube channel is called the Smoky Mountain Outpost. He's got a sawmill, he does tractor work, he lives down the Smoky Mountains on top of a mountain. He's got a nice little homestead down there. He's got some interesting videos. I've been watching him actually for a long time. I'm going to leave a link down below to his channel. I want you guys to go over and check it out. And the reason being, he was here last Wednesday and did a tour of my entire operation. And that video will upload this coming Monday, which should be tomorrow. This is Saturday. I hope to have this video on Sunday. So on Monday is when he'll be uploading that video. And I'm not sure what time. Maybe in the comments down below he'll let us know what time he's going to upload that. But it should come out sometime Monday. And it's pretty much him walking around with the camera, kind of interviewing me on all the equipment we have here and what we do. So be sure to go check that out. It was nice to have somebody here videoing me, and I didn't have to do all the work. So anyways, guys, go check out his channel. There's a link down below. Now let's go check on the kiln and see how we're doing. It's hot out here today. What is it? What's my thermometer say? 91 degrees right now, and inside the kiln it's about 130. And we're supposed to get some rain today. It's 1 o'clock. They say rain by 4 o'clock. If it doesn't rain by 4 o'clock, I'm taking a hostage, guys. I tell you, it's hot here in Tennessee. Everything's dry. The garden's dry. The hay fields are dry. We need some rain. Let's go check out the kiln. All right, friends, the dry bulb inside the kiln is set for 120. It's actually 128 degrees, and the reason being, I'm running the compressor right now to pull the water out of the atmosphere, and that compressor does create a lot of heat when it's running. So usually when you get above 120 degrees or more and your compressor is running, your vent's going to open up and try to get the hot air out, because you're going to have a hard time keeping 120 with the compressor running. And the wet bulb is set at 82 degrees right now. It's actually set at 75. The reading is 82. Everything looks good though. Let's go look behind the building and see if we've got any more water coming out. Right there is what you want to see, friends. The 5-gallon bucket is filling up with water. Probably got maybe a gallon in there, and as you can see, coming out of the nozzle right there, or the hose, the nozzle. I don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. Coming out of the hose right there, the water is still pouring out, guys. That means we're still in drying mode right there. If you come out here and the bucket's empty, and there's maybe, or you get like maybe half a cup of water a day, your wood is usually about done. The first project of the day, I want to take my miter saw and put it in a permanent location, and also run the wire down to it and hook it up. I don't even have an outlet back here yet. That's ridiculous. I need to get this thing operational. probably about where I had it, because I want to try to put some kind of dust collection hose back here on the back. So if I had the right fitting, I could put a hose right here that goes to my dust collector, but I don't currently have one. How are you guys doing dust collection on your miter saw? Because they create a ton of dust. This thing's a mess. So leave me a comment below how you guys are dealing with that. I need some good ideas on how to collect my dust right there. Alright friends, a change of plans on the miter saw. I got it where I wanted in the shop, but instead of running an extension cord from another outlet to power it, I did a little Google search, and it looks like a lot of guys are using shop vacs as a dedicated dust collector for their miter saw. And I went ahead and hooked up the rigid to the back of this thing, and it did pretty good actually. Did you guys hear that? It's thundering outside. Might get some rain after all. Looks like I won't be taking a hostage today. Alright friends, let's do some Q&A here real fast. It's been a while since we've done this. Go through here and pick some of these to answer. So here's a good one. This is from the screen name AE. I do not believe this video was not sponsored by EcoFlow. Well, I'll tell you what, it was not sponsored by them. They're referring to the last video where I showed the EcoFlow unit and the new 16-inch joiner. If that would have been a sponsored video, by law, I would have to say this is a sponsored video. If they did sponsor that video and I didn't say that, I would be in violation of a bunch of different laws that YouTube has, and also some laws that the Trade Commission has as well, and they could fine me several $1,000s. So, you're wrong about that. If it's a sponsored video, I don't care to tell you guys it's sponsored. I'm not trying to hide anything. So AE, if that's your screen name here, you're wrong about that. So next time, do some research before you comment, because you don't know what you're talking about apparently. Alright, the next question comes from John. How many acres do you own? Well, this might surprise you guys. I get asked this question all the time, probably every video, and I never answer it just because I don't know why. Maybe privacy. I don't know. Maybe privacy is the reason I don't answer. I don't want everybody knowing everything about me, although most of it's out there on YouTube anyways. We own about 5 acres here. It looks like more because we're surrounded by 4 different farms that are 10 plus acres, and that's what shows up on the drone footage, but my exact property is about 5 acres. Some days I wish it was more, but when I mow the yard, I wish it was less, put it that way. Here's a good question from that one guy. Why couldn't you use sawdust in your chicken area? I don't know, that's a good question. A lot of my sawdust is walnut, which is harmful for animals, so I don't know if it's harmful for chickens. I know horses and cows, it can mess up their feet, and also they say it transmits diseases between them. I don't know if that's true or not. But as far as chickens go, I don't know. I'll check on that. And if I can use it in the chicken run, I will. That's a good question right there. Maybe somebody in the comments down below will let us know if walnut dust is okay to use with chickens. Here's a good one. I can't pronounce your name. I'm headed to Harbor Freight right now to buy one of your sawmills. Well, you won't find it there. They got some green ones that are made in China. If you want a Wood-Mizer, you better call Indianapolis. Harbor Freight. Here's one I get constantly from Brian Peterson. Where do you get your music for your videos? It's so soothing and relaxing. Well, Brian, I get it from this website. It's actually 2 different websites or different music service companies, and I pay them a monthly fee to use their music. That's why I don't ever credit the artist down in the video description. Most of the time I don't know who it is, and I'm also paying for that service, so there's no need for me to, to promote them on top of that, because I'm actually paying them to use their songs. But there's several apps out there you can use for your smartphone that will tell you what music is being played. I think Shazam is one of them. I think Bruno uses that one. So if you're interested in a song from a video, get that free app, and that's the best way you're going to find out, because guys, I don't remember, to be honest with you. I use so many different ones, I forget about them as time goes on. Derek Lamb says, have you ever sawed a stump? I did one time, and I'll never do it again. There were rots inside of that stump, big piles of dirt that dulled the blade. It was a mess. Yeah, I could have pressure washed it probably and had better success, but there was still a lot of gravel and just grit hidden in that stump that you couldn't see. And I went through like 4 blades, and I pulled the log off, or the stump off the mill rather, threw it in the burn pile. I'll never do that again. The next question is from Joseph. What size are the bowl blanks and how much are they? I'm not sure on the price yet. I'm trying to figure that part out. They're 4 inches on the thickness and they're 8 inches square. We should have those on the Etsy store sometime next week. Here's a question from, this is more of a comment from Accessible Now. I think that's what it says. Time to invest in a big scoop shovel. Well, to be honest with you, I don't mind the smaller shovel because it gives me exercise. You know, a lot of people will tell you on YouTube, and they love telling you this, there's an easier way of doing that, or work smarter, not harder. Well, guys, hard work's not a bad thing, and you need that to stay in shape. I don't go to a gym. I will never have a gym membership ever again. I have too much work to do here. And I gotta stay in good shape because I am in my mid-40s. I don't want to get overweight, and I don't want to die before I'm 60. Therefore, exercise is a key, is what they say. Man, I don't know where I'm coming up with this stuff tonight. But if you see me stacking lumber or loading stuff on the sawmill or doing it by hand, it's not because there might be an easier way to do it. Maybe it's because I don't mind work. You know, David Stein, he's a sawyer over in Illinois. He said there's nothing like going to bed at night after working hard all day. You know, sitting in a cab tractor is nice. You're not going to go to sleep right off that night if you're sitting in it all day. But if you've been slinging a shovel all day and stacking boards, you're going to know you did something. So sometimes, guys, getting out of work is not the right thing to do. Good hard work is good for you. That's what's wrong with a lot of people nowadays, is a lot of people are afraid to work. Here's a comment from Pete Miller. This guy sounds pretty intelligent. Does that hair ever get in your soup? It sure doesn't, Pete. You know why? I hold it back while I'm eating. Meet me for lunch over at 93 next week and I'll show you how I do it there, Pete. Alright guys, this is the best one. I saved the best for last. This is by Robert Kennedy. And he says, brace yourself guys, nice sawing. Where do you get your blades? Where do you get your blades? I think everybody that watches my channel could recite where I get my blades from. On the sawmill today, I'm running Silvertip Turbo 7s. I get those from Joe Maine down in Georgia. If you want those blades, give him a phone call. His cell phone number is down in the video description. I can say that in my sleep, and most of you guys could as well. I can't believe he asked that. I want to thank everybody on Patreon for supporting me here in the channel. I really appreciate it. You guys have a good night. We'll be back here tomorrow doing some sawmilling finally. I got some cedar and some pine to cut. And I think that's about it. I'm going to shut the camera off now and do some more electrical wiring. I would show that to you guys, but a lot of you people don't approve of my wiring jobs for some reason, so I don't think I'll be showing that anymore. You guys have a good night.